I asked ChatGPT to imagine a story where a modern civil war erupts in the US following Donald Trump's victory in the 2024 presidential election. Stay tuned to witness the final chapter of this compelling story. July 2025, the peace agreement. In July 2025, after months of negotiation, a peace agreement was finally reached. The agreement called for a ceasefire, the withdrawal of all armed forces, and the establishment of a transitional government. It was a fragile peace, but it was the only way to prevent further bloodshed. Under the terms of the agreement, the United States would be restructured into a federation of autonomous regions, each with its own government. The federal government would be reduced in power, with most authority devolved to the regional governments. It was a compromise that satisfied neither side fully, but it was the only way to hold the nation together. August 2025, rebuilding a nation. With the peace agreement in place, the difficult task of rebuilding the nation began. The scars of the war were everywhere, from the physical destruction of cities to the deep divisions between Americans. But there was also a sense of relief, a sense that the worst was finally over. Rebuilding efforts began in earnest. Cities were reconstructed, infrastructure was repaired, and displaced people were resettled. The economy slowly began to recover, and international aid poured in to help the nation rebuild. But the process of healing was slow. The wounds of the war ran deep, and it would take years, if not decades, for the nation to fully recover. The divisions that had led to the war were still present, and there was a lingering sense of mistrust between the different factions. September 2025, a new beginning. By September 2025, the United States was a changed nation. The war had left its mark, but there was also a sense of renewal. The nation had come through a dark period and emerged on the other side, scarred but still standing. The new federal structure allowed for greater autonomy and self-governance, addressing some of the issues that had led to the conflict. There was a new emphasis on dialogue, compromise, and cooperation, as Americans realized that the only way forward was together. The Second American Civil War was a tragic chapter in the nation's history, but it also served as a reminder of the resilience of the American people. Despite the divisions, despite the violence, the nation had found a way to come together and rebuild. It was a new beginning, a chance to learn from the past and build a better future for all. The Second Civil War left the United States forever changed. But out of the ashes of conflict came a new understanding, a renewed commitment to unity and peace. As the nation moves forward, it carries with it the lessons of the past, determined never to repeat the mistakes that led to such a devastating conflict. Never forget, always move forward. Join us in reflecting on this journey by leaving a comment, liking and subscribing to the channel. Be part of the conversation as we move forward from the story's final chapter.